Welcome to the Pretty Confident Podcast, where we embrace authenticity, own our worth, and build unshakable confidence. I'm your host, Sierra Renee, so let's dive in. Oh my gosh, welcome back to another episode. You guys, if you are here visually, it drops Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for being here. Do you not just love this little corner? Like, how do you guys feel about it? Drop it in the comment section. Drop. I am just so excited to be here yet again another week. And that is just, God waking me up this morning and me being able to get in front of the camera, get on this mic, sit down, and just talk to you guys. Y'all, how are you guys doing? OGs, thank you so much for being an OG. And new listeners, thank you so much for giving me a chance and lending me your ear on whatever day that you're listening to this on. Audio drops on Spotify, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio every week, Tuesday at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and the visual drops every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, I know it feels like this one is going to be back to back just because we did have a late upload last week with everything uploading on Friday, because I definitely wanted to get the debut of the podcast corner on the visual podcast. And because the lights, the ring light or whatever, came in a little bit late, I didn't want to give y'all bad quality, and I was just so tired of being in a different spot every week on the past episodes that I just had to wait on this last item so I can give you all the visual aesthetic of the podcast. So thank you all for giving me another chance. If you were here a couple episodes ago and did not see this background or this, area, and now you're back and you're like, okay, sis, I see what you did with the, with the podcast corner, whatever. So thank you so much for giving me a chance, whether this is your first time listening, whether you're a returning listener. I just always want to lead with gratitude, because if you're not showing gratitude, if you don't take things and put it into perspective and show your gratitude outwardly to people that don't have to be here, it is completely an option, then I feel like you start to take things for granted. And I never ever want to take things for granted. I know that I love being here, and I just want you guys to love being here, feel comfortable here, all of the things underneath the sun. So welcome back to yet another episode of Pretty Confident Podcast. We talk about gaining confidence in areas, getting pretty confident in areas that we feel like we have no confidence in, we lack confidence, whatever the case may be. I am here to help you gain confidence, as well as myself, you guys, because y'all know there are a lot of things that I do not have confidence in. And so being on my own confidence journey and just being outwardly forward with you guys on most of my confidence journeys and all of this, like things that I want to gain confidence in, is just helping me help you guys. I hope you guys are getting motivation from some of the things that I'm going through, some of the things that I'm trying to build confidence in. And that is what I do here. I want to help everybody that I can gain confidence, or recognize areas that they don't have confidence in and build that confidence. And I just want us to be a small community, or regardless if we're small right now, we grow larger. I just want us to be a safe, sacred community that allows others to be themselves. And I just want all of us to grow and thrive together. So what better way to start out with myself and then, go from there. So you guys, how have you guys been doing? You guys know I always ask that. We are, I think, in the second full week of August. We got a couple more weeks before we're talking about what we accomplished in August. And you guys, I want to go ahead and be transparent and real with you guys. I have already lost the plot. I have spent money. I think I spent money last week. The first I was going on strong, okay? But the one thing that I spent money on that I was going to be like, okay, I could kind of bypass this, as you know, not spending money, but the money came out of my account, so I spent it. But My fiance and I went on a dinner date. Well, we had a whole day date. Like, we went to several different places and he paid for everything. And so when it came down to dinner, I was like, you know what, babe? I got us. I got us. You paid for everything else today, so I'll do it. He was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. Cause I don't remember the last time I had to pay for dinner when both of us went out. He was like, are you sure? You don't have to. It is just like, you know what? Now I don't want to. Now you can pay it and I'll just keep my money, okay? But your girl loves Texas Roadhouse. And I was like, you know what? He's paid for everything. He's treated me well and all of the things, which he always treats me well. But when we go to a lot of places and he pays for everything. We are a partnership, okay? So I don't ever want it to be 100-0 or 0-100. I always want to pitch in wherever I can, um, and wherever he will allow me to. Because sometimes he's like, "No, I'm not taking your money. Keep your money." Blah 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 blah. Or if I try to give it to him, he'll just give it back to me some way or another. So you guys, I'm just gonna say I have failed at not spending money for 30 days. So we're gonna try again in September, okay? Whenever you fail at something, whenever you are unable to accomplish your goal, whatever it is, it doesn't mean that that's game over, okay? You can still try. Now, one thing that I will say, I think I want this LED light to be, look, my little Minnie Mouse is just falling for her life. But I think I want this LED light to be just a little brighter. Like, I just need a little bit more pink in my life. Look at that. I absolutely love it. Like, I am a pink girl through and through. But you guys, I am just so happy to be here, be so happy to be in front of you guys. So what are we going to be talking about this week? Like I said, this is a back-to-back episode drop just because the last episode dropped on Friday, and the audio, if you're listening to this as soon as it drops, is dropping on Tuesday, and the visual, if you're watching this, is dropping on Wednesday. So thank you so much for being here. I know I am kind of like just throwing a lot at you at once, but definitely go watch, go listen wherever you get your podcast. Just tune in and share it with the world. But like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. I know I don't be saying that, but now I have to get used to saying it because I'm on YouTube. So I want to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, share, turn on the bell notification so you get notified whenever I drop something. You guys, sooner rather than later, I'm going to be dropping like little snippets on like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. That way I could kind of entice people to come listen. Come listen. Come listen. I don't really promote my podcast whatsoever. And so I know I need to change that. So I just really wanted to wait until we got like, a podcast, like a home. And this is our podcast corner. So I definitely wanted to wait until we got something like this going on. So I'll definitely be putting like little clips out there. So share with your friends. If you see me anywhere, be sure to interact. Like I said, Instagram, prettyconfident.pod. I always tell you guys that in every episode. I think my TikTok is prettyconfident.pod as well. I'm not sure. But y'all go follow me on there. I have the same logo everywhere. So Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. The Pretty Confident Podcast, regardless, has the same logo everywhere. And I love my logo so much that I don't know if it's going to change soon or not. Like, it may not change at all, but we're here. I'm just so happy for you to be here with me. So let's go ahead and get into today's episode. I had pre-recorded this episode originally, and then I was like, you know what, I don't like that. Let's probably save that topic for a later time. Let's do something else. So one of the biggest things that I try to keep in my brain is not overcompensating for anybody or anything else, regardless of where that is, whether that's a relationship, whether that's work, whether that's, I don't even know. Like, I don't know what else there is rather than relationships and work. Work relationships, family relationships, fiance, boyfriend, whatever relationships, friendships, wherever, not to overcompensate. And what I mean by not overcompensating is making sure that you're not pouring so much into something because the other person is lacking at doing so. So you already did your portion. This other person that you're in a relationship with, or whatever the case may be, is not doing everything that they signed up to do, or everything that they should be pouring any effort, whatever the case may be, into the same bucket. So now you were trying to over pour into that same bucket because that other person is not, adequately pouring that much into it. So I just want to say that drains you. That that kind of I don't want to say like it validates the person doing it, but I just feel like that shows the other person that that behavior, that lack of energy, that lack of effort is acceptable. Like, I am all for one, setting the tone for whatever and wherever you are. And I feel like the way you allow people to treat you is how they're going to move regardless, or that's how they're going to move going forward. So if you let somebody treat you like bottom of the barrel and you don't correct them when they need to be corrected, they are going to move forward with treating you that way. But if they are treating you a certain way and you put your boundaries, you put your foot down, it is up to them to either get with the program or get it moving, because you're not going to accept anything less. Okay, so I just feel like when you allow people to do the bare minimum, that is all they're going to do. That is all they're going to do, because they know, oh, I can do the bare minimum because so and so is going to overcompensate for the stuff that I'm lacking, for the effort that I'm not putting in, for the love and whatever, the attention that I'm not giving, right? And so if you learn to stop overcompensating, having the confidence to speak up and confide in whoever you need to talk to, because we talked about confiding in your partner, whether it's your, relationship, platonic, family, wherever. But if you lack the confidence to speak up and speak out and advocate for yourself, people are going to walk all over you, and you are going to be left feeling tired because you are constantly overcompensating for somebody or something that doesn't care enough to make sure that you are good as well. Right? So that is one thing that I've had to learn. I feel like lately it's been doing wonders for me, because I don't have to stress anymore. Because if you're not going to give me the same energy that I'm giving you, it's revoked. Right? That excess that you had is now denied. It's now restricted, because I am no longer in the business, in this beautiful life that I have. I am no longer in the business of giving somebody or anything my all and not getting the same thing in return. It's like in the last video when I talked about takers versus reciprocators. You can give your all to somebody, and all they will do is take. That's all they will do. And so now you're left overcompensating for what you've already lost and what you need to have in order to put effort, time, and energy into these other things, because you've given it to somebody that doesn't deserve it, that doesn't want it, that shouldn't need it. Okay? Well, they may need it, but because you're giving it to them, they're just taking it. Okay? But regardless of that point, if all they're doing is taking, that is draining your energy. If you get somebody that is reciprocating the same type of energy, time, and effort that you're pouring into them, or into a certain task, or like whatever project that you guys have together, that is going to not only let you retain some energy, retain some time, retain some effort for something else, but that is going to make you feel validated. That is going to make you feel, just genuinely connected to somebody, regardless if it's a platonic relationship, your romantic relationship. I don't want to say work, because to me that's not going to make me feel, connected to anybody. That's just going to make me know, let me know that we all stand together as a team, because the work me and the at home me are two different people. There are certain things that I like in a partner, or in my partner at home, that I don't care to look for or like at work. So I'll put this into perspective. So a couple months ago, we did like appreciation languages, like how somebody likes to feel appreciated. And the acts of service, that is my love language at home, is definitely not the same thing at work, because we went through this whole thing and I was like, oh dang, normally my love language at home is acts of service. You doing things without me having to tell you, or you doing things to take things off my plate. That makes me feel loved without me having to ask you. That makes me feel loved. Okay, but at work, do not come over here try to take things off my plate. I got it. But at the same time, I do need to learn how to like kind of speak up and advocate for myself in certain areas, because sometimes I can manage everything on my plate that some people want to put more on there. No, thank you. I said I could manage the stuff I already got. You over here trying to add more to it. No, thank you. No, thank you. I do not have the time. And I was just got done talking to my best friend, and I was like, girl, I just could honestly care less at this point. Okay. Like, literally, I have overcompensated in the last two roles that people just pour. Or I don't even want to say pour, because pour is a light, a light tilt. Okay. Dump is more like it. Okay. People were just dumping everything that they didn't want and more onto me. And because I could get things done, Sierra was overcompensating for her own work and other people's work that they did not want to do. Okay? No more of that. No absolute more of that. Okay? So that is the biggest thing for me. We're going to keep this episode. I'm going to try to keep it short. But yeah, not overcompensating for others' lack of energy or time, effort, enthusiasm, interest, whatever you can think about where you try to overcompensate for somebody else not doing something, for somebody else not feeling comfortable, for somebody else just not wanting to do it whatsoever. They just don't care. So you try to care enough for you and them. We're past that. We are past that. So I am just done with it. I am I feel lighter because of it, because y'all, I used to always care. Okay, so I know I don't want to do this right now, but I know that other person doesn't want to do that right now. So let me try to, motivate both of us to do it. No, thank you. I am only in control of me. And so I feel like, especially in the work environment, you have to be so careful. And I feel like, to me, I don't care what your title is. I think that is the biggest thing with corporate America in certain areas of, businesses. They want you to fear the title. It's a title. At the end of the day, if you were to leave this company, perish, I hope you don't. If you were to leave the company or die, your title would be given to somebody else. So why are we being so hell bent on what title we have at work? I just don't. I don't care about it anymore. Like I used to, but I was like, do you see the type of stress this is putting on you? If so, and you don't even have the title yet, can you just imagine what having the title along with the workload will do to you mentally, physically, emotionally? I'd rather not. But I say all that to say there's this particular person I feel like that has a certain title. And so, we were in the elevator and I was trying to, conversate with her. And I'm not saying this all out of left field, because I used to conversate with her all the time. She used to be uppity, kind of talk to me all the time, like make an effort to say hey to me if she passed and saw me. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how much time went by, but when we were in the elevator, I was trying to make small talk, and she was just, you can feel when somebody is trying to put up a wall and you're just like constantly trying to break that wall down and they don't want to conversate with you. Like they're trying to hide even deeper behind that wall, right? And so I used to be the person that always wanted, make everybody feel comfortable. I don't want any awkward stages or any awkward silence. Sierra does not care whatsoever anymore, because I am an introvert. At heart, I am an introvert, and I hate doing or being in certain situations where I have to be an extrovert, but I know with life those type of situations are going to come up. So why am I trying so hard? Why am I overcompensating for the lack of energy and enthusiasm that you have to talk to me, for me to just talk to you? You are, it's like pulling teeth trying to talk to you. I'm done with it. And so I am like that in every aspect of my life. I feel like we're gaining that type of aspect in every, sector of my life now, just because I don't have time for it. There are certain situations where I just feel like my time and my energy is not worth. Um, there are some situations where I do feel obligated to do some things, and depending on the magnitude of the event of the situation, I will push through it, but I will have an attitude doing it, which is so terrible. But it's just like, ugh. this is kind of something that you can't miss. So, let me go ahead, suck it up for a little bit, go show my face at least, and then I'm a jet out of there. But I don't know. I can't do the overcompensating. I don't like being fake. Like, I can only fake being fake for work or certain situations for oh so long. And then the Sierra that I know and love will be like, okay, I got to get out of here because I just don't want to. I don't want to be in this situation. I don't want to be in the environment, whatever the case may be. I got to go. So I just feel like it's better for me if I just release the energy that's draining me. Like, why am I giving so much energy into things that could quite frankly care less about me? Right? So I just want everybody to start assessing the situation um of, different areas that you're in, whether that's your relationship with your loved ones, your family, whether that's your relationship with your friends, whether that's your relationship with your partner, whether that's your work relationships. Are there any areas in life where you feel like you're overcompensating to the point where it is draining your energy, right? Like, you are going above and beyond in all these different areas, and you can actively see that the other person could quite frankly give, I don't want to, I'm trying not to curse, but they can really care less. And so you're trying to overcompensate for the energy and the care that they don't have. How can you how can you redirect that overcompensation? Because I promise you that energy, time, and effort that you are giving to something that somebody else is not putting forth the same amount of energy or just a little bit more than they are, could definitely be going towards something else, and it could definitely multiply in other ways in a different scenario, in a different situation. So I just really want you guys to not one, start to analyze these situations, start to, I don't want to say pick apart, because when you pick apart, you start to overthink, like, oh, is this that, or is this? I don't want you to do that. I just want you to become more self-aware, more situation, like have more situation or environment awareness to be like, oh, okay, yes, me, I checked that. This is me overcompensating for the other person not caring. This person, I have allowed this person to do this for so long that this has become a regular. And because I haven't demanded more, or set a boundary that this is what I require in a partner or in a friendship or at work, then people are going to continue to take advantage of me overcompensating. I just feel like when you set that boundary, when you set the pretenses for how you want to, or how you're going to move, and how you expect other people to move around you, the weak will leave and the strong will stay. The people that it's not a problem for will stay. The people where, oh, that's just doing too much, you have too many standards, will leave. It will separate the people that you should be around versus the people that should not have had this type of access to you in the first place. So I feel like when you gain that confidence, when you get that self-awareness, that is going to change for you. And I feel like for me, it's definitely changed. I don't think I'll go into any situation currently that I can say like this may be different if I get put in a situation, or if a situation is brought up to me. There's no situation that I can honestly say right here, right now, that I am still overcompensating for the lack of energy and effort that others are pouring into me or whatever we're doing. I cannot say one thing that I am overcompensating in. And I have worked to this point, because maybe a year ago today, maybe half a year ago today, I would not have been able to say that. But I feel like once I got that revelation, like, girl, you overcompensating is putting you at a disadvantage. You are not able to pour the energy that you need at home because you're so worried about work, or you're overcompensating at work. You are not able to put forth the effort and love into your dogs because you're so overstimulated from overcompensating at work. Like, all of these different things, they ebb and flow together. So once you are able to analyze certain situations where you feel like your energy is being drained from you because you are overcompensating for others who are not putting in the same effort that you are, or a little bit more to show that they care, that is all that I just want that for you. But if you don't want that, you are going to consistently pour into other people, pour into situations, pour into projects that nobody else can quite frankly give a F about. And it's just like when we used to be in school, and the people that are known for not wanting to do any work try to find the people that get A's and that they know are going to work. People will look for people like you that are overcompensating. If you are overcompensating, people are going to flock to that because that is a weakness. And they are learning to exploit, they know how to exploit that out of people. And if you don't have confidence to speak up for yourself, they're going to sit there and leech off of you, leech off that energy, leech off that effort. Okay, so that is basically all I wanted to talk about today, you guys. I don't think that was too long, but when I put everything together, maybe it will be. I don't know. I just get out here and I just talk to you guys like y'all were like right beside me, like my best friends or something. Hey, home girl. Hey, home boy. Hey. I just know that for me, it's been a life changing event because I used to overcompensate for everybody. And I can honestly tell you there are several instances where I could see myself overcompensating in these different areas and who benefited from it. Because it sure as heck wasn't me. It was not me benefiting from it. It was other people benefiting from my overcompensation and my lack of confidence from speaking up and advocating for myself. So put yourself first. We need to learn how to be selfish sometimes. We are not always supposed to be selfless, putting others before ourselves, because I can kid you not, people are going to put themselves first if it came down to it. So you need to do the same thing, sweetie. My guy, you need to do the same thing. Do what is best for you. And I don't want to say if you're not getting any benefit out of a situation, then not to do it. Because there are some situations where the benefit may not come swiftly and, as fast as you think it will. Sometimes it gains traction over time. And that little thing that you took, that you were not selfish about back then may ball up and become an abundance, okay, an abundance of good karma for you down the road. So this message is just for people to start analyzing, start looking at things as they are, stop making excuses, stop overcompensating, and stop being the, what should I name it? Stop being the, I don't want to say castaway or throwaway. Like, just stop taking everybody's crap. Stop being the person that, oh, you don't want to do it, I'll do it. Oh, you don't want to, you don't want to stay late, I'll stay late. Stop being that person, because I bet you as soon as you stop doing it, somebody's going to have a problem. Somebody's going to hold that against you. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you're a good person. It's because they were benefiting from it. And because you were not doing anything to benefit them, they are upset. Do what makes you happy. Build that confidence. Learn to start analyzing certain situations where you can feel your energy being drained. It's because you may be overcompensating, and it's because of the lack of effort that other people around you are putting into the same things that you care about. But to each its own. I am about to go on with my day, you guys. I definitely wanted to get that off of my chest because I just felt like I am as light as a feather regardless the room that I walk in now. And I cannot honestly say that, like I said, if I was talking about this 6 months ago, I cannot honestly say that that's how I feel now. And I feel like I really don't have any worry anymore after this whole up and movement thing in 3 days. Y'all know I talked about it in previous episodes, but this last minute moving and just making this place a home and getting all of our stuff together, there is nothing that I worry about whatsoever. I'm working out. I'm putting myself first. Like, y'all, I have been going to the gym almost a month straight. So if that's not anything to be happy about, I don't know what is. I got me a weighted vest, a 12-pound weighted vest. I be having set times I go to the gym. I have like a little at-home workout little thing in the other room. Like, I am doing things that genuinely make me happy. I was rushing the dogs to go to the bathroom earlier today because I was like, I only got so much time. Y'all playing. Y'all is playing. Let's go in. Y'all want to sniff every light pole, every tree, every blade of grass. I don't have time. I gotta go to the gym. We done been out here for oh so long. It's hot. Okay. So I just feel like when you feel like you are overcompensating and you correct the people's actions that they may not put any action behind, what you care about. Also, what you need to figure out, does this person care about the same thing I care about? If not, we need to assess, is this a boundary that I cannot live without, or is this a preference? I don't care if this person cares as much as I do or not. But at this point, stop overcompensating for the stuff that they're not putting in. Right? At this point, we need to figure out what we're doing. We need to reassess the situation. We need to figure out what works for both of us in order to stay in this friendship, this relationship, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode. If you made it to the end, drop a green heart in the comments just because I have on my boyfriend. Oh, he is going to tear me up when he listens to this because I have been getting onto him for calling me his girlfriend. So I'm gonna blame it on him. But drop a green heart in the comments because I have my fiance's army shirt on, like his PT. I don't even know what this is. Is it uniform PT? I don't know. Okay. I got out of the shower after I got back from the gym and I had a meeting I had to jump on, so I just threw this on. So he'll be okay. He knows that I'm always in his clothes. And whenever he says it's his clothes, I'm like, whose clothes? Ours? Like, when does stuff become yours? Like, mine is mine and then yours is ours, okay? So I love him. I can't wait until he gets home. He should be home in like 20 minutes, if that. But yeah, you guys, green heart in the comments, like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, follow me on TikTok because there are going to be little reels and snippets coming out soon. But yeah, you guys, I love being here. I will see you all next week, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. I will see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in to the Pretty Confident Podcast. Remember, confidence isn't about perfection, it's about embracing who you truly are. So until next time, stay bold, stay authentic, and stay pretty confident. Peace out.